Watch as these cops violate this man's Second Amendment rights on his own property.
Please step out of my property, out of my garage.
Listen, I'm here to talk to you about an incident, all right?
I know. I don't know what you're here to talk about, but I'm just asking you not to be in my garage, that's all.
Something happened here earlier.
I kicked somebody off my property like I'm about to kick you off. What's your warrant?
Somebody reported an incident, and I'm just here to talk to you about it. This doesn't have to turn into anything. I'm just verifying everything's okay.
Do you have any weapons on you? Because you don't have a weapon on you before.
Listen, I have one on me. I'm on my property.
You do have one on you.
Wait, hold on.
And why don't you tell us this?
Welcome back to Just Following Orders. Today's video is coming from Possum King's channel. Make sure you go check out his content and let him know I sent you. And this video is coming out of Newport, Pennsylvania, where the Pennsylvania State Police get a call about these contractors who were working on cutting down branches from a tree on somebody's property when they were claimed to be approached by a white man carrying a handgun yelling at them. Now we're going to hear everybody's side of the story, but the workers claim that they felt threatened by the man with the gun. So the police go to the man's property to talk to him about the incident. He tells them, yeah, I yelled at them and kicked them off of my property, but I didn't point a gun at them, telling the officers that he had a no trespassing sign out front that they seemed to disregard. Anyways, part of the way through the interaction, I guess the officers' training finally kicked in and they remembered they never asked this dude if he had any weapons on him. So when he tells them, like, yeah, I'm on my own property, I have a weapon on me, they freak the hell out and take this dude's gun away from him. But not only that, but then they proceed to try to gaslight him into why they took the gun away from him, telling them that he was acting aggressively and posturing himself like he was going to do something. Anyways, y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to start the video.
A priority to disturbance. It happened at Hill Road. Subcontractors working for PP&L cutting branches off trees. A white male in his mid-30s came up in a green pickup truck, walked up real fast to the complainant, which was the leader of the contractors. He's wearing jeans and a gray shirt, blonde hair. He's covered in paint, like a painter. Came towards the complainant, carrying a handgun, yelling at him. Didn't point the handgun at him, though. This happened about 15:50, about 40 minutes ago. You'll meet the complainant at Spring Road.
That's the property they were working on. He said, so there's like a long dirt driveway that goes up, and they were obviously trimming the power lines where the trees around it. The truck came flying up, he said, and basically told him to leave, but had his hand on his gun, like had his shirt lifted up, hand on his gun. He didn't point it or display it or anything, but
No, he
never pointed it, right? Yeah, so.
You don't know where the truck went?
No, but because I was shipping, I don't finish what I was shipping, and he want us to leave. So when we was pulling out, he was taking all the branches that we cut and putting, I don't know where, but he was still there. Maybe he's still there. He said
He was still at the property when you left?
Yeah.
What was the vehicle?
I don't remember the model. It was a green truck, pickup truck.
And you didn't get a plate?
No. Yeah. We just pick up our stuff and leave.
Okay.
Era el frente era verde y atrás era negro.
Oh, you say in the front was green and the back was black.
Green. The bed was black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Chevy.
Chevy, that's what I'm thinking too. You said V8 on the
Yeah,
side, so
V8
it's like
on the side.
an older Chevy, I'd imagine.
Okay.
I have his contact information, and hopefully that's got your boss's contact information.
All right.
So we'll go see if we can make contact with him. And
All right. We appreciate it.
Yeah, like the windows on the back side here. Hello? Can you grab your dog for me?
Come here, Murph.
I'd just like to talk to you.
That's fine. He's really friendly. I don't mind
No,
talking.
I understand.
Come here, Murph. Super friendly.
I understand. I apologize. Thank you. You Jedidiah.
Please step out of my property, out of my garage.
Listen, I'm here to talk to you about an
I know.
incident, all right?
I know. I don't know what you're here to talk about, but I'm just asking you not to be in my garage, that's all. We'll have this conversation out here.
You Jedidiah.
What would you like to talk about?
Something happened here earlier.
I kicked somebody off my property, like I'm about to kick you off. Let's get a warrant.
Okay, so we don't need to go to that. Somebody reported an incident, and I'm just here to talk to you about it. This doesn't have to turn into anything. I'm just verifying everything's okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to record our conversation then.
You feel free to do that.
I mean, you got to understand why.
I mean, sure.
What happened today, Jedidiah? What happened? You came home and what happened?
You tell me what happened. You're the one who showed up to my house and want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. You want to talk to me, right?
Yeah, I do.
6%.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What happened when you came home and there was people working on the power lines correctly?
Okay.
And what did you do?
Made them leave.
How?
Got out of my vehicle, told them to shut it down, brought all of them up, pointed out that there's a sign that says they're not allowed on my property. That sign also says you're not allowed on my property without a warrant.
We are.
Without a warrant?
If I'm going to go in your house, then I need a warrant. Right now, I'm not going to get a warrant. No.
Okay. Okay. What I'm trying.
All right, do you have any weapons on you? Because you're known to have a weapon on you before.
Listen, I have one on me. I'm on my property.
You do have one on you.
Wait, hold on.
And why don't you tell us this?
Hold on, I didn't know I had to. Hold on. I didn't know I was doing anything. Can we talk?
And you do have a weapon.
I'm at my house. Right. Wait, no, you didn't ask me.
100% are. Okay?
Nobody asked me if I had a weapon.
Jedidiah.
Officer, all right. Come on, all right, let's talk. Okay.
And you know why we're here. Okay.
All right. Listen.
We're going to do this correctly, okay?
I will. All right.
Listen, talk to me.
When I showed up, my weapon was in my pickup truck.
Me, okay?
I am. I'm going to have a conversation.
So you came home.
Yes.
We're all good now, right?
Love the lack of accountability. They're gonna act like this dude is the one who was erratic and freaking out.
Yes.
We're all good now, right?
Okay.
So you came home and you found people on your property.
Yes, and I don't want anybody on my
Ask them to
property.
leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
That's all you had.
my gun was in my waist because I leave it in my pickup truck,
what I was gonna
and it
ask
sits
you.
between my seats. Okay.
That's what I was going to ask.
When I got out of the vehicle, I opened the door and I put it to conceal carry because I have a concealed carry permit.
You're okay.
And I'm on my property, right? By the way, side note, if you would ask me if I had a weapon and asked me to remove it, we would have had that
don't have to worry
conversation.
about that,
But,
right?
okay, I just want to let you know.
You were being aggressive.
I'm
but
trying to
that's
follow
what
the
you
laws
done,
here.
But
right?
you keep sticking your hands in your pockets, and
I didn't realize I was doing that, and I understand why you'd be upset about that. I apologize. I didn't realize I was making you nervous.
All right. So did you
Now-
put your hand on the gun?
To put it in my waistband, that's it.
So it was already. So it was in the truck and you put it in your waistband.
I could reenact it if you'd like over my truck, but I want to say it was 3 things happened at once.
Sure.
I rolled up,
Yep.
shut the truck off, and threw it in park. Well, threw it in first. As I was opening the door, which here's where I realized as I was doing it, I'm like, this probably don't look great, but as I was opening the door, I put the firearm in my belt, in my waistline. Now, I didn't touch it after that.
Okay.
Hey, you just told them to leave that after that?
Yeah, I didn't threaten anybody. The only thing I threatened them with was, if anything, would be civil litigation based upon the statute that is listed on that sign, which is a criminal trespass.
So you said I have a sign that says you can't be here.
I explained it multiple times because they were.
Did you pull your shirt up and display the gun or anything, or did it just go in your waistband and your shirt happened to be up over it?
Very likely my shirt was up over it. Again, I wasn't. My hands never went near it. I had a conversation. I didn't threaten anybody. I don't even think I might have used a couple cuss words here and there.
PPL has a right away, right?
PPL can schedule an appointment to have people on my property. I just can't have people on my property if I'm not home. I've had too much stuff stolen from me.
All right, well that's fine, but you understand that they have a right of way where they could come in here and work on their.
Then
power
PPL
lines.
needs to call me and address me and talk to me about
that.
that.
With PPL, I'm just telling you they have a right to do that.
Okay.
Right, so they could. They're only helping you out really because the winter's coming up, right? So.
Well, here's what happened. Here's part of what upsets me. You see this tree right here? So when I bought this property, I've been on this property for like 9 years now, right? There was a shitty trailer up here, so I've really been working it. And one of the deals was this tree. I wanted it to stay alive.
We're all good.
And so everything's been buried because I've taken some out of here and filled over here. And I worked really hard. I kept that tree alive. I worked really hard. Now they just went and they just cut a bunch of stuff off of it, and they didn't do it properly. And it's going to destroy my tree.
Yeah, well.
So I don't care.
They're just trimming these trees down because
they were trimming this tree up.
Okay, well, were there any out?
Yeah, we're good. 90.
Was there any out onto like the power lines that are interfere with it? Because that's.
I don't know. I don't want to get in that conversation.
Well,
at the end of the day,
that's what they're doing.
At the end of the day, as far as your report goes, I'm on my property. I had a firearm on me. The firearm's registered to my name. I have a concealed carry permit. I didn't threaten anybody with it. The only time that they seen that firearm would have been if my shirt was over, which a really good chance because I just very quickly put it on there because if I'm exiting my truck and there's unknown individuals on my property, damn right I'm gonna have a firearm. Worst case scenario. Okay. You would too, I believe.
You're
all right.
in your rights on your property to speak to somebody to get them off your property.
Okay.
Here's your reference for the guys with the gray shirts.
Yeah.
Just coming out here to talk to you about an incident.
Yeah.
Keep your hands away from your gun and tell us that you're concealed carrying and sort of do one of these. Okay? That makes this whole situation less aggressive from our part, and it makes you seem less aggressive on your part. All we wanted to do was come out here and ask you what happened with people.
Okay. From a legal aspect, though, am I not allowed to have my gun on me while I talk to you guys?
Nobody said you were.
Because he took my gun.
It's one of those things.
I know. I'm asking a question. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. It's one of those things that for our safety, when someone becomes posturing and becomes aggressive, we expect to have a weapon on them. We're going to remove that weapon so that it doesn't become a problem.
Okay.
You didn't do anything wrong. You have
Right.
the right to
But,
have a weapon on your
and I didn't do anything wrong, correct?
That's what you just said.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're in the same boat because.
If you have one, don't obviously be going in your pocket.
Yeah.
Where I know you were known to have one just a couple minutes ago.
Okay,
Right?
that's fine. I just want to make sure we're on the same page and we both agree that I was allowed to have that weapon on me on my house.
Absolutely.
And okay.
That's what, you're not under arrest.
you're not
anything.
Well, I know the way. So when you first grabbed me to remove my gun from me, I was really upset because I was thinking you were maybe going to possibly do the detainment or the under arrest.
It's just for
But
safety for us.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying
okay.
to explain to you.
Another thing, watch what you're doing with that gun when you're talking to people, all right?
It wasn't.
know what I mean?
That gun does not give me any kind of power or complex or anything like
I'm just
that.
saying to watch
The
what
thought
you're
of that
doing.
gun being on me had nothing. That did not change the outcome or what I was gonna say. It had nothing to do with it, other than I just have my gun on me. So I'm gonna have my gun on me.
I understand that. I'm just saying watch how you're doing it or what you're doing with it when you're talking to someone, especially in an aggressive manner, which I'm sure you were.
Oh, I was hollering at him.
Right,
Get the
so-
fuck off my property.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Doing that,
yeah.
and they see a firearm because they're telling us. Now you got to understand what they're telling us too. All right, they're telling
Yeah.
us that you have your hand on your gun, screaming at them. All right, so
Well,
that's much more aggressive. You having your hand on your gun. For what reason?
I didn't have my hand on my gun. Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like that's. So, and then when you keep going in your pockets while we're here, all right?
Natural.
Right. So
It's a
all right,
natural
so-
thing.
But you understand why we would sort of, we're here to talk to you. We already know you have a gun. All we wanted to do was talk to you. And you're,
Yeah, but you could have just said, "Hey, do you have a gun? Do you mind taking the gun off while we talk?" I don't think there was ever a reason for you guys to reach
Well, there was
to take
no
my
reason,
gun.
sir. That's completely fine.
Because when you showed up, I was just on my computer in my office, and that was still on me. So it's not like I went and got my gun because you showed up. I sit around my house with my gun on me all the time. Well,
Like
my
the
thing
traffic
is,
stop. When you're in a traffic
well, hold
stop,
on
whatever,
though.
all right, you got to tell them that you're.
Yeah, but this ain't a traffic stop because see, what the
We're not
thing
getting
is,
into the dirt.
no, I will though, but I will because you.
Jedidiah, that's
fine.
not why we're here, okay?
But
We're done, all right? Everything's okay. You have every right to kick somebody off your property.
okay, can I kick you off my property?
We're leaving.
We're
All right, see ya.
Okay.
Have a nice
Bye.
afternoon.
All right.
What's your name and badge numbers?
Butch 13778.
Shannon 5611.
And that's the end of that video. Of course, these cops will want to end the conversation when they're getting their ass whooped with logic. They keep trying to frame this man's actions as aggressive to justify their own aggression. And it's dangerous when cops have that type of projection where they perceive you as being dangerous even though you're not displaying any kind of dangerous signs. Because that gives them all the reason and justification when they shoot you or when they react to that fear. That gives them all the reason to deny any type of wrongdoing. And then if you notice, they didn't consider him being aggressive until he asked for a warrant.
That sign also says you're not allowed on my property without a warrant.
We are.
Without a
If
warrant?
I'm going to go in your house, then I need a warrant. Right now, I'm not going to get a warrant. No.
Okay. Okay. What I'm
All
trying
right, do you have any weapons on you? Because
I-
you're known to have a weapon on you before.
Assert your rights and all of a sudden you become a threat. I'll leave the link to the original video in the description. I'm not sure if he's gonna file a complaint. I'm sure that's probably all he can do, and it probably wouldn't do much. They'll probably just throw it out and not pay attention to it. But let me know what y'all think about this interaction in the comments. Thank y'all for watching today's video. Check out another one. I'll see y'all next time, and y'all have a great day.